going on, guys? It's your boy MidnightMan. Welcome back to another tech tutorial. And being the guy that showed a lot of you how to set up the Elgato game capture with the PS3, it just makes sense that I show you guys how to set up the Elgato game capture with the PS4. Before we get into this tutorial, there are a few things you're gonna need. For one, you're gonna need a PlayStation 4. Oh my god, that never crossed my mind. You're also gonna need the Elgato game capture HD. You're also gonna need a standard USB cable. It doesn't matter if you use the one that came in a box or if you have your own. And last but not least, you're gonna need 2 HDMI cables. And before we dive into this tutorial, to save you a bunch of time later, you're gonna wanna go into your settings on your PS4, scroll down all the way to System, and you're gonna want to check off that Enable HDCP because that protects the content from being able to be recorded on your Elgato software. So just uncheck that box, say yes, and then you will be good to go. You'll see a black flicker there. And now we can continue without any other problems. So in general, guys, this is a pretty easy setup. If we're gonna get started here, you wanna take the Elgato game capture, and then we'll grab one of the HDMI cables. For this purpose, I'm gonna use the HDMI in for this first HDMI cable, as you can see right there. So I'll put one in right there. And then we can also grab the other HDMI cable, and we can put that in HDMI out, which is on this side. It's right next to the USB slot, like so. So then we'll have 2 HDMI cables on both sides. And then last but not least, we want to grab the USB cable, and we want to grab that small end, because that big end's not going to fit anywhere on this Elgato game capture. And we want to go to the side where it said HDMI out, and then the USB cable for the small end will be right on to the right of it. And then we'll have something looking like this at the end. Alright, so now if we move over to the PS4, we want to take this end here that we plugged into the HDMI in, and then I'll grab it real quick and just plug it into the HDMI slot on your PS4, just like so. After that, you want to take the other HDMI cable that was plugged in the HDMI out part on your Elgato game capture, and you want to put that into the back of your television. Now you can put this in HDMI 1, 2, 3, or 4 if you have multiple HDMI ports on your TV. Just make sure you remember which HDMI port you put your cable into. Alrighty, now last but not least, I have this USB cable right here. You want to plug this fat in into the computer, anywhere, any USB slot will work, like so. And then you want to open up your Elgato game capture software. I'm running the Elgato game capture software 2.2. I had the older version, but people were telling me to update, so I finally did. So now that you got your PS4 powered up, you got the Elgato game capture on, you need to get a picture here. So to do that, you're going to want to go into your settings, and it should be pretty obvious. You're not using the Xbox One. You're using the PlayStation 4. So you want to check that. If you can, try to have your settings as best as possible, so you can just adjust this down to where you think that your computer can handle recording power. And then usually I do 1080p, and then I'm just going to press OK. Alright, so now at this point we have the PlayStation record up on the screen and on the TV. And the record, all we're going to do is press this button down here, and that will record our gameplay in beautiful HD 1080p quality if we so choose to. And also, if you're looking at this knob right next to the record button here, you can go back in time, which is, this is the flashback recording feature, and then you can start recording, and then it'll just catch up to your live moment. So it'll capture everything in between here. That's why this flashback recording is so great, just in case, you know, you might miss a certain action that you didn't press record for. This feature right here will get that for you. Now, one other thing to note, there is going to be a natural lag. As you can see, like on the TV, things are moving a little bit faster, and the computer's trying to catch up, just because you're transferring through multiple HDMI cables, and it needs to get back to the computer. So that's why you're going to see this delay. It's a natural delay. Don't freak out about it. It's fine. And as you can see behind my laptop, I have a blue Yeti microphone. That's what I use to make sure my voice is nice and pretty when I'm recording gameplay. So I can record my voice, I have another USB cable that's connected into the blue Yeti, and I can plug that into another slot on my computer. And if I go into this audio section for live commentary, I can open that up, and then I can choose my Yeti stereo microphone. So once you have your mic plugged in and you want to record some audio, you want to press this commentary button down here, and that will capture the audio. See, as the decibels are going up here, so that means that it's capturing audio and it's capturing the gameplay audio up here. So another thing, you're going to want to play around with those knobs you see right in there, because you don't want the audio for your voice to be too loud, and you don't want the gameplay to be too soft. You want to keep everything balanced so everything sounds nice and pretty. Alrighty guys, so that's going to do it for today's tutorial. Hopefully it helped you guys out if you had any questions on how to set up this Elgato game capture for the PS4. For me, it's fairly simple, a lot easier than the PS3 was because you didn't have to use that multimedia cable and that was just a pain. So this is pretty straightforward and easy. Make sure you turn off that HDCP so that you don't get like a flickering in and out black screen. Make sure you take care of that because that seems to be the only issue I see people having. Anything else? You can let me know in the comments below if you have some questions and I will get back to you. I promise. Ask a question if you have it and I can get back to you, and because I want to help everybody out. So anyways, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Smack the like button for your boy and I will catch you guys in my next video. And just for fun, I'll show you guys a little bit of a gameplay example. I have some Black Ops 3 with me, so I'll play that and I'll put it at the end of the video for you guys to see what this capture software does. I have it on 1080p, 30 frames per second. If you want to record in a higher frame rate, then you want to pick up the Elgato Game Capture HD60, so then you can record in 60 frames per second, and that looks even better. But I'm okay with what I have now. Maybe in the future I can upgrade. So anyways, I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.